It's Week 13 of the National Football League, and we've got C.J. Stroud. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Elks and the Black Knights, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
Thank you to Trey Mosley for the introduction. We are indeed excited to welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We thank you for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen, 3 months in the books. Partner, now it's December. It's the best month of the NFL season because the games get more important as the weather gets a little bit colder.
And this is where you find out who the real teams are and who the pretenders are. Do you find yourself not only in the playoff conversation, but can you now play good enough ball down the stretch to not only be in the conversation, but actually find yourself in the postseason?
Here's Matt Gay ready to get this one started. And off we go here on EA Sports. On the return, here's Jaden Reed. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So the visitors ready to go on offense here for the first time. And they're led by the #1 overall pick back in 2018. Greg, it is Baker Mayfield at quarterback.
If his preparation for this game is any indication of how he's going to perform today, Mike, they're going to be hard to beat. He played really well last week, but when we talked to his coaches, they told us, they're like, he has lived here all week. He has taken his level of play even up another notch, and if he can continue to operate this system, continue to get all of his weapons involved, this leadership, this ability to lead by example, it's going to rub off on the rest of this offense. I think they're going to have a good chance of changing from last week's loss to coming away today with a victory.
Here's 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Mayfield. He'll try and get there on the ground. Now a timeout for injury. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. There he goes again. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They go play action with Mayfield. He'll get that into the hands of Tyreek Hill. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as, my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
They'll come up here 1st and 10. Mayfield to throw. Taking off. And he will slide to a halt, but he does have the 1st down. Taking advantage of the room to run, a gain of 19 on the scramble. Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. That'll be caught. It's Alvin Kamara. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Here's Mayfield. He's got his tight end. That's Travis Kelce. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Now Mayfield. Good blocking, and he's in. Baker Mayfield. Touchdown, Black Knights. And, Greg, that is the way you love to start one of those games. Get off the bus, get on the field, get in the end zone. The road team with the first 6 of this one.
And you can just see, Mike, it takes a lot of the air out of the stadium. And this crowd, they're fired up, start of the game, trying to make their presence felt. And the opposing team goes all the way down for an opening drive touchdown. That's an ideal way to start when you find yourself on the road.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. This will be returned from the 6. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. This crowd ready in anticipation. Their offense taking the field for the first time. They're led by the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2023. From Ohio State, it's C.J. Stroud.
You could certainly make the case, Mike, that he had one of the best rookie seasons by a quarterback in NFL history. Not so much just his personal play, but he has completely rejuvenated that Houston Texans locker room and that Houston Texans organization. It was incredible watching him as a rookie. Tell you what, though, I think he's even more capable here in his second year under center.
White, first down and much more. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
So you're on the sideline and you're watching the other team go right down the field and score on their first drive. As a play caller, you have to be careful that it doesn't throw you out of your initial plan coming into the game. They wanted to establish some ground game here early, and that's exactly what they did.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. They'll come up now for second down and 4. To throw, it's Stroud. A throw there on second down, going to be incomplete.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
So the drive stalls out, and here's the Aussie, Mitch Wishnowsky, to punt. That's going to be out of bounds, no return. And the drive's going to start from just inside the 20-yard line. The Black Knights offense and veteran Alvin Kamara set to take over once more. As we get a look at the league leaders in receiving touchdowns by a running back, he sets the pace here as we get to the latter stages of the season. Mayfield to throw on 1st and 10. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
The quarterback just has no chance to escape when the offensive line gets beat that fast. When the defensive line can get in the backfield before the quarterback even hits his back foot of his drop, he's got no choice but to just eat the sack and live to play another play.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. They'll work the middle here with Kamara. That's how to dig yourself out of a hole. A pickup of 18, much more manageable. 3rd and 2 coming up. He'll try and run for this with Kamara. And he will work his way to the 32. That's enough for a first down. To throw is Mayfield. Over the middle, that's Kelsey. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. On play action, Mayfield. He keeps it himself. And he's into a slide to avoid the contact. Does so successfully, and it's a first down.
You know this defense worked all week defending this quarterback as a scrambler, as a runner. But sometimes it's just hard to simulate until you see him in real life. His speed, his ability to create. We saw him get him here early on a big scramble. He's able to pick up the first down, to keep the drive alive.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. They'll run a draw now. It's Kamara. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. Off the play fake. It's Mayfield. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Looked like a pass protection breakdown. They had 5 offensive linemen and a running back in the backfield. I promise you, somebody was assigned to that linebacker, but he timed the blitz perfectly. He ran through and was able to bring him down.
Well, they track him down, and the ball is out. Oh, he gets it right back. Now, after that near turnover, clock is stopped. We have an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. On 4th down, here comes J.K. Scott to punt. The Elks offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. They'll start this on the ground, and here's White. A short gain there to about the 22. 2nd down and 8. Another run here with White. And he'll get forward for about a yard. Tackle there by Cameron Jordan. Got to get it to the 30. Here comes 3rd down. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
At some point, you would just like to see that internal clock start to speed up. The longer the play goes on, the more vulnerable you become as the quarterback. Get rid of the ball, but no matter what, you have to avoid the sack.
Here's Mitch Wishnowsky now, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. This returnable from inside his own 40. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Black Knights offense and Baker Mayfield ready for their next possession. And this defense has to be searching for answers right now. It's been his ability to make plays on the ground here in the 1st half that has really given them fits. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. On the ground, it's Kamara. And he's close to the 1st down. Gets 4 yards on the gain, but it will bring up 3rd down. 3rd and a yard. So they'll talk over what to do on this 3rd down play as we have hit the end of the 1st quarter. 7-0 is our score. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. They put Kelsey in motion. On 3rd down, here's a run by Kamara. It'll be a pickup of 10. That's enough for a 1st down.
And that's a heck of a run there on 3rd and 1. So often these backs, they're just thinking, all right, just get 1 yard, pick up the 1st down. But not this guy. He's thinking, I know where the marker is, but I'm going to pick up as many yards after that as I can. That's exactly what he does. Fresh set of downs.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
You can tell the quarterback has built a lot of confidence in his ability to make plays today with his feet. The defense has had a hard time keeping him in check, and this time, much better job in pursuit. Even though he was able to get outside the pocket, they were able to chase him down and bring him down for a sack.
Third and long. Mayfield. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play.
The defenders knew a pass was coming. They had their ears pinned back here on third down, but they initially allowed him to escape the pocket and make a break for it, but give them credit. They recognized the scramble quickly, rallied to the ball, stopped him short of the first down.
And this is no good. Could not get it on target. And this is going to remain a one-possession game.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. The drive begins with a run by White. Past midfield to the 45. And the tackle is going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
He'll tuck it and take off.
That play had sack written all over it, so that's a great job by the quarterback, not only escaping the initial pressure, even though he doesn't gain a whole lot, he's able to pick up some positive yards for what looked like a disaster in the start.
And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. What can they do here on third down and 7? From the gun, here's Stroud. Taking off, he'll try to get there. On first down, it's Stroud. They drop this underneath to White. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Throwing on second down, Stroud. That one is complete to Hardman. Now they are in business. Inside the 15-yard line. On the move at the 14-yard line, it's first and 10. Now, Stroud. A quick slant caught by Hill. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. On play action, Stroud. He's going to keep it himself. Third down, 3 to go. Now Stroud. And that is incomplete.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend. So give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page and the ball falls incomplete. So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
This returnable with Reed. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Black Knights offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And you get a look at the numbers, they don't even tell the whole story. This has been a tremendous performance to this point. They'll start this one on the ground with Kamara. And he finds some daylight. Up past the 35-yard line, a pickup of 7. Second down and 3. Throwing is Mayfield. Now he'll run. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
So there's a fine line, Mike, between giving your wide receivers every chance they can to get open downfield, but at the same time, you can't stress your protection. I think he does a nice job in this case understanding that balance. He escapes the pocket, turns into a runner, and he's able to pick up the first down.
He'll inch forward for maybe a yard. Derek Nottie there to bring him down. Here's 2nd and 9. They're going to go right back to Kamara. Fighting off defenders here. He'll churn forward and pick up 3. Here comes 3rd and 6. Now Mayfield. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
When you air it out like that on these big shots downfield, they're not always high percentage plays. It takes a lot of things to line up timing-wise, location of the field, accuracy of the throw to result in those big plays. But I think they've got to continue to search for those and try to generate a little bit of a spark.
The Elks offense ready to get back at it. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Here's Stroud. That's into the hands of Xavier Gibson. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. On the ground, this is White. And it'll be brought down shy of the 35, but that is good enough to move the sticks. Stroud going to set up the throw. That one, oh, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be 2nd down. Back to throw. Stroud. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down. Now this defense will use the first of their timeouts. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. To throw is Stroud. They'll set up the screen to White. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half. Here's the punter now, as he'll come on to punt this one away. Take it in, back at his own 12. Oh, looked like he may have hit a seam for a moment, but he's taken down after a solid return. The Black Knights offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Throwing is Baker. Here's a screen coming for Kamara. And he's going to be taken down at the 37.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive starter. See if you can get an easy completion to kickstart a 2-minute mode, and that's what they got here. Now they got to see if they can go down and steal some points.
A couple of big plays to start this drive. How about 17 on this one?
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got
The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
Well, now the big fella inside's getting involved in the pass rush, Mike, and so many of these interior defensive linemen are known for their run defense. Well, not this guy. He wins on the inside quick, and he's able to bring the quarterback down for the sack.
Now another timeout called by this offense. They have one remaining. It'll come with 36 ticks left on the first half clock. On second down, Baker. This throw right side is caught by Hill. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line. Now the offense will use their third and final timeout. They'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go until halftime. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
So we've reached the intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we send you to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman. He's got the EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We saw a strong first half out of the former Heisman Trophy winner, Baker Mayfield. He's got the lone touchdown of the game on a touchdown run. We'll see if he can get it going through the air as this one goes on.
Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this second half. Coming up, set to return is Xavier Gibson. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Elks offense and running back Rashad White ready for this next possession. Set to go now on 1st and 10. On first down, it's White. And he's pushing tacklers away as he takes it forward for a gain of 9. 2nd and a yard. They'll go again with White. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
2nd and short. Normally, this is a great time, Mike, to put the ball in the air and try to press the ball downfield. But in this case, they keep it on the ground. Has a similar effect. They pick up a good gain and a first down.
And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's a 2nd and 6. On the ground, it's White. Not a whole lot there as he'll work it down to the 46. David Onyemata in on the tackle. Here now, 3rd and 5. Here's Stroud. He'll try and get there on the ground. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They'll go play action with Stroud. And he gets that to Hardman. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. They'll run over center with White. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. 3rd and 5. Throwing is Stroud. He'll try to run for it. It picks up 25 yards and gives them a golden opportunity. It's 1st and goal.
What I like the most here is just the decision that when he wants to be a runner, he commits to being a runner, and he's able to weave his way downfield, pick up the 1st down, sets up 1st and goal.
They've got it at the 8, 1st down and goal. To throw, it's Stroud. And that time, the pressure, too much. He'll go down.
Field goals and takeaways. That's the 2 goals anytime a defense finds themselves in a goal-to-go situation. Now, after that 1st down sack, I think the odds are a little bit more in their favor. Can they hold up here on 2nd and 3rd down? And if they can make the offense settle for 3, man, that's a huge win for this defense. As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra.
Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
These are the plays that drive a coach crazy. 3rd and goal. You put the ball into the hands of your quarterback and you trust them to make good decisions. But in this case, once there was nowhere to go with the ball, once all the throwing lanes were taken away, this ball needs to come out. You cannot take a sack and make 4th and goal that much more difficult.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Elks are back within 1. It's 7-6. After the field goal, back out is Gay to kick this one off. This returnable with Reed. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mayfield. That's going to be pulled in by Kamara. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. Now Mayfield. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain. 3rd and 6. To throw is Mayfield. Now he'll run it. 10 yards on the scramble there, and he picks up the 1st down.
And this has been a familiar sight all day today for this defense. They have no answer for this quarterback as a runner. That last scramble puts him over 100 yards for the day.
A give up the middle with Kamara. And he'll get this up to the 44. Zaire Franklin that time, there for the tackle. They face 2nd down and 7. Baker to throw. That's over the middle, but it's incomplete. Jaden Reed was the intended target, and it's going to be 3rd down. Mayfield. He's going to run it. What a good choice to get out and run. That's a pickup of 18 and a 1st down.
And here's a great example of why the pass rush on third down, that it's critical it gets home. In this case, they're not able to get to the quarterback. He has extra time to not only escape the pocket, but to turn into a runner and pick up the first down.
They'll work the middle here with Kamara. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll go again here with Kamara. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. They've converted twice on third down on this drive. Now facing 3rd and 3. He keeps it himself. And he wisely hit the deck at the end of that one. No unnecessary shot there. It is a first down. That'll be a first down. A gain of 10. 1st and 10. It'll be a run out of the gun with Kamara. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. On the give, this is Kamara. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down. To throw is Mayfield. Taking off, and he will slide to a halt, but he does have the first down. Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs. So these two teams take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium. We've come to the end of the 3rd quarter. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. An opportunity for what could be a game-sealing touchdown right here. First down and goal. He's got it at the 3.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal. Mayfield to throw. And he's so close to breaking the plane, but the official's going to come in and mark him short. So now it's 4th down.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
They'll send the tight end in motion right. They'll run for it. It's Kamara. Powering forward. He's in. Alvin Kamara. Touchdown, Black Knights. Touchdown number 7 for him on the year. On is Moody to add the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Black Knights will take a 14-6 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This one deep in the landing zone. He'll return it from the 2. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Elks offense headed back to take over once more. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
A big play and a much-needed one as well. A gain of 48. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stroud. That one is complete to Hardman. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. They put Adams in motion. Throwing on 2nd down, Stroud. He'll find his running back, White. And it'll be a short pickup that's not enough for the 1st down. Here we go. 3rd and a yard. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. That's in the end zone and intercepted.
All right, Mike, file this play away. If they're able to hold on and pull this game out, we're going to look back on this as the pivotal moment of this game. Oftentimes, it takes that one big moment to sway the outcome of a game, and no bigger play than a pick deep inside your own red zone.
The visitors' offense ready to see what they can do. The advantage is 8. We'll see if they can make this a 2-score game on this drive. 1st down and 10. On play action, Mayfield. He's going to tuck it and go. They'll gain 17 on that one. A very quick 1st down.
We've seen this quarterback have some effective plays with his legs all game today, Mike. He knows when to stay in there and look to pass, but he also knows when it's time to tuck it and go, and he's able to pick up good yardage there.
That's over the middle and caught by Kelsey. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
Just a little bit too much juice on that one, and you just can't throw the ball out of bounds. Give your receiver a chance to go up and compete for the ball, but when you miss that far wide, he's got no shot.
Taking off, he'll try to get there. A great job of knowing when to go. He gets 17 yards on that run and a 1st down.
Oh, that is just a backbreaker for a defense. You find yourself trailing here in the 2nd half, Mike. You've got to find a way to come up with a stop. Not only do they let him escape the pocket, but he's able to pick up enough yards and pick up the 1st down.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Throwing is Mayfield. Looking middle, he's got Kelsey. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They put Kelsey in motion. They will not get this one off. It'll be a delay of game. Throwing on 2nd down, Mayfield. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
And the big guys up front in the offensive line just continue to not be on the same page. And we've seen it time and time again here today. This pass rush remains one step ahead of them, and it's the quarterback who continues to pay the price.
Now he'll run. And they'll finally run him down, but he takes it inside the 10-yard line.
You certainly can't fault the secondary here. The coverage was almost too good downfield on third down. The quarterback realized quickly there was nowhere for him to go with the ball, decides to become a runner. He's able to pick up the first down and some.
Down to the 4, it'll be 2nd and goal. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Inside the 5, it is 2nd and goal. They go play action with Mayfield. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Baker Mayfield. Touchdown, Black Knights. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Moody now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Black Knights extend it to a 21-6 advantage. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Gibson now on the return. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The home team's offense ready to get back at it. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. Back to throw, Stroud. He's got his man, Devontae Adams. Through the middle of the field. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 71 yards. It is a touchdown. And he continues to be a focal point of this offense. Now 10 touchdown catches for him on the year. And now it's a 9-point game, so they'll go for just 1 here. The kick here is good, so they are back within a possession. That gets it down to an 8-point game. So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a 1-score game as they kick it away. Johnson now to return. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end trying to come up with a way to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those into big plays. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throw away.
It's first down. You got to get the ball out of your hands. I understand trying to take a shot. I love it on early downs. But once it's not there and that protection starts to break down, it's either check down or throwaway. You don't want to be in 2nd and long.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Here's Mayfield. That's to Reed. He's got it. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big game.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. They're going to go right back to Kamara. And he'll get this across midfield as he's brought down, following a pickup of 5. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. One of his teammates there to take it back in.
Now, obviously, there's never a good time to fumble the ball. It's probably the thing that teams stress the most is ball security. But it makes it a little bit easier knowing that your own team was able to fall on top of it, and at least you can maintain possession.
They put Kelsey in motion. On the handoff, it's Kamara. And he'll work his way down to about the 41. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, they'll use another timeout on this side of it at 1:55. Here's 2nd and 9. It's a give now to Kamara. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to 3rd down. A run here with Kamara. Now this defense will use a 3rd and final timeout, as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. They'll go. Mayfield. He's got his man. It's Hill. Give him 19 yards as they get the 4th down conversion.
And that 1st down should all but do it, Mike. With only 1 remaining timeout, the defense just can't stop the clock enough. Got to imagine it's victory formation, and we're a couple kneels away from this game being over.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. The defense still with all 3 timeouts at their disposal as the quarterback's down to a knee. 2nd and 11. In motion, Reed. They run on the jet sweep, and that one shut down right away. Good pressure on the backside. The defense stops him for no gain. A tough spot here. 3rd and long. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So it's a win for our visitors. They get the home victory here in the division in the first of their 2 scheduled matchups. They'll have a chance to go for the season sweep on the road later in the season. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.